Episode 61, the Facebook Live Show. So just how big is Facebook and what is Facebook Live? Well, you are listening to episode number 61 of Mike Murphy Unplugged. Learn, create, move forward. I am your host, Mike Murphy. I'm a one-man band. I'm a technology junkie. I love helping people figure things out, and I am really excited to be here with you today. The goal of Mike Murphy Unplugged is to help you learn what you need to know in order to create online content so you can move forward in business and in life. Today, in episode 61, let's talk about Facebook and Facebook Live. So how big exactly is Facebook? What is Facebook Live? What equipment do you need to get started? And what are some topics or ideas that you can get started with Facebook Live today? First, let's just discuss how big and important Facebook is for your business. There are over 1.71 billion active Facebook users every month. Of those 1.7 billion, 1.1 billion users log in every single day. 1.5 billion users use Facebook on their mobile devices. Mobile users check Facebook at least 15 times per day. The highest traffic, FYI, is midweek between 1 and 3 p.m. Thursdays and Fridays have an 18% higher engagement than the rest of the week, so plan that for your schedule. Now for some interesting trivia that really doesn't have anything to do with your online business, but there are over 83 million fake Facebook accounts, so please pay attention, don't fall for any scams. And here's a little side tip. If your email is sending people weird emails like your friends are saying, "Why'd you send this?" I always start with Facebook right away and recommend you change your Facebook password immediately. 600,000 hacking attempts happen every single day to Facebook accounts. 600,000. China, however, is unaffected by these attacks since they have blocked Facebook and Twitter since 2009. And they also blocked the New York Times since then, in case you were keeping score. Okay, 300 million photos per day on Facebook are uploaded. The average time spent on Facebook is 20 minutes per person. 100 million hours of videos are watched every single day on Facebook, and that number is climbing. WhatsApp. You might have heard of WhatsApp. This is very popular overseas, particularly in Brazil, India, South Africa, and many other countries. We all know how big Twitter and Instagram are, right? Well, Facebook has more monthly active users than WhatsApp, Twitter, and Instagram combined. And now for the $1 million trivia question. Who was the first face on Facebook? Well, the first face was also their first logo back in 2004. It was none other than Al Pacino. Okay, so it's pretty clear based on all these trivia facts. They're kind of fun, but Facebook is huge. It is the number one social network now, just in front of number 2, YouTube. Now, YouTube has dominated video for a long time, but Zuckerberg and company, they are trying to change that and give YouTube a run for its money. Facebook Live was officially launched in April of 2016, so it's really new. And the chatter is that Facebook is putting all of their energy into video and particularly live streaming or live broadcasting. So let's get into Facebook Live. And I personally think Facebook Live is a game changer, and live streaming and broadcasting is the future of online. Remember Wayne Gretzky said to skate to where the puck is going, not where it has already been. Well, I'm skating in the direction of live streaming and Facebook Live for now. So what is Facebook Live? Pretty simple, really. Facebook Live allows any user to do live broadcasts from their smartphone, tablet, or from a computer, which does require an extra step if you're using a computer, but everyone who is following you on Facebook will be able to join in on your live broadcast, and as soon as you go live, you jump right to the front and center in the top of your followers page, making it really easy to be seen. And at the end of your live broadcast, the video posts to your page and acts just like a regular video post, and you have the ability to edit the title and descriptions and even delete it if you want. If you're live streaming from your phone or iPad, there's not a ton that you can do, but you can flip the camera, you can add some effects, black and white and that stuff. You can draw on the screen with a little marker. And here's a little tip though, if you are using your phone will ring during live streaming, as I discovered recently. So keep Wi-Fi on, but go into airplane mode to turn off the phone. While streaming, you really want to encourage people to subscribe to your live stream so they always get notified when you do go live. There's going to be more and more people doing it, so you really want to make sure that you're building up that audience, and you're just going to be able to get yourself and your brand in front of more eyes by doing so. So, remember the first time you used Skype or FaceTime and you couldn't believe how cool it was to see the person you were talking to on the phone? And then adding a third person to do a conference call was mind-boggling. Well, we are now in a world where I can click Go Live, holding my iPhone in my hand, and talk to an unlimited amount of people who want to watch my live stream. Now, I am unable to see who is watching on the other end. I can't see you, but I can engage and interact, and you can all see me. And while I'm just a small fry, imagine the power of this for big brands where the CEO can press Go Live on their cell phone and instantly connect with thousands, if not more, people in real time. Gary Vaynerchuk from VaynerMedia goes live on Facebook all the time to give behind the scenes of a day in the life of a CEO, and thousands of people tune in, whether he's at the gym or in a cab. It really doesn't matter. And so long as you just start to process just how powerful a tool something like Facebook Live can be for you and your business. The greatest thing that I see about the time that we are all living in right now is that big brands and companies are trying to fit in like us one-man bands and humanize their brands and kind of be small. A CEO live streaming from their kids' baseball game was unheard of just 5 to 10 years ago. Now it's what the consumers expect almost. And Facebook Live is giving you that same power as big brands to create your own story and tell it to an unlimited audience. It's kind of scary, but kind of cool. So what do you need? What equipment do you need to get started with Facebook Live? Well, Facebook Live is really easy on an iPhone or iPad, and I imagine it is on an Android device as well. On the iPhone, there is a live icon front and center now, and the last I checked on the iPad, you will see the option to go live under if you click the status, which is where you would write a regular post. It's not as easy to do from a laptop or your desktop, as you need special live streaming software that is really popular in the broadcast and gaming world. It's not necessarily hard, but it's definitely going to be a technical hurdle for some. But the nice part about doing Facebook Live from your computer is that you can use your good microphone, and you can use your high definition webcam, you can share your computer screen, and you can also take advantage of green screens, so you can have much more polished and professional presentation. Now, I'm not going to go into the in-depth of live streaming from your computer, but I will tell you that I use a free and popular piece of software called OBS, or Open Broadcast Software. It's quite impressive for being free, and it is very popular with the gaming community on Twitch and other networks. So if you want to step up your game, though, I would recommend using something like Wirecast by Telestream. Telestream is the same company that brings the screencasting software ScreenFlow that I've talked about. And many Windows users that I know like vMix. So Wirecast and vMix are both very good options, and Open Broadcast Software, or OBS, is free. Wirecast will set you back about $500, but it definitely does take your presentation up a notch. Okay, let's go back to the mobile devices. To do live streaming, I really urge you to invest in some sort of stabilizer or tripod to keep things as steady as possible. I use the MePhoto Sidekick 360 iPhone holder. I can screw it right onto a light stand or use a portable little tripod, and even hand holding the tripod with the iPhone mounted is a pretty good option. Casey Neistat style. The tripod I love and use a lot is the Manfrotto Pixie Mini for about $25, and that MePhoto iPhone holder is about $30. I also recommend investing in a microphone if live stream is going to be something that you're going to be doing on a regular basis to build up your brand. The microphone I use is the Rode SmartLav Plus lavalier mic. It's $79. It's an excellent mic. Here's a little side tip. I do recommend buying the extension cable so you can expand the reach between your phone and you. The extension cable is about $20. Rode also makes a couple of small iOS shotgun microphones, which are fantastic. The Video Micro and the Video Mic Go. They're great options. The only difference is, though, between those and the lavalier mic is that you really have to make sure you're pretty close to the phone in order to get good sound. So I like the freedom of having the lavalier mic, but both are pretty good options. You also might want to consider lighting, if depending on where you're going to be doing live stream. Both Manfrotto and the Lume Cube makes these really small portable LED lights that you can put right up on your phone with an attachment. I'm not currently using one. I'm trying to use natural light as much as I can, but if you're in a dark environment, you definitely want to consider a light. So, when I do Instagram stories or Snapchat, I just hit record on my iPhone. I don't worry about anything. I don't worry about the audio. I'm going to try to get good lighting. I try to make it look good. But for live streaming, Facebook Live, I really encourage you to take it seriously and up your game. You want to have good audio quality, and you really want to have, the light looking good. People are not going to tune in if it is poor quality, all right? So finally, what are some ideas to get you started with live streaming? What do you do? What is my strategy? Well, there are no rules, but keep the story of your brand at the forefront at all times. Every time you go live, you are representing your brand. Even if it's only your sister and Aunt Betty watching while you're on live, always be yourself, but never let your guard down when doing these live videos, as you never know who is watching or listening to your podcasts or videos. Okay, let's get specific. How about just plain old simple promotion of your latest podcast episode, or your website, or your blog, or maybe you have a new product or something that you are trying to promote? You don't have to be spammy, but if you're making good content, sharing it live is a very effective way to do so. Next, Facebook Live is great if you have a private Facebook group or you have a private mastermind. Being able to speak to your group personally builds up the community. You can answer questions and really just kind of engage with your audience. Next, daily vlog. Not for everyone, but take people along with your day. Maybe share some quotes or personal moments. This is a great way for people to build up high levels of likability and trust. Maybe you're on a fitness or a weight loss journey. Do daily weigh-ins or something like that. Behind the scenes. Everybody loves behind the scenes. What are you working on? What is your office setup? People cannot get enough of behind the scenes. Next, tips and tricks or news. Share a daily tip or some tech news or something you think people are going to find useful. Product reviews or demonstrations. Unboxings would work. Demonstrate how to use a product or show a product that you're liking, and maybe you'll get some affiliate revenues from that. And there's always my favorite, Q&A. Ask Mike Murphy. Either compile a bunch of questions beforehand or send out some tweets or Facebook posts, whatever, letting people know to show up at 4 p.m. Send their questions early. Get people excited for this. Build up the momentum. Then go live and answer some great questions. So what is my strategy? And remember, I am figuring all of this out right alongside with you. But I plan on doing a combination of many of these tactics with a focus on tips and how-tos and gear demonstrations. Some of you might know if you're following me on Instagram or whatnot that I've created this creative lab in my rustic old shed that I'm referring to as the pod shed. And it is my goal to do a regular and consistent show out there doing gear reviews and doing regular Ask Mike Murphy question and answer sessions. And I will make sure there's plenty of useless trivia in there as well. Now, I am viewing Facebook Live and eventually Instagram Live, hopefully, and Periscope and YouTube Live as kind of this open mic night for me, pun intended, where I can teach and give gear demonstrations and how-tos and show people how I make my, crazy stop motions and do whatever else that pops in my head. Like everything else, consistency is going to be my winning strategy. Showing up every day or 3 times a week and keep it at it. The goal is to interact with people, build up a following as someone who is helpful, trusting, and maybe even a little entertaining as well. So far, I have been keeping things real simple. My plan is to do 5 minutes or less of live streaming. It's not easy at first to start talking to no one and just hope people show up. But if I can do it, you definitely can. So in summing up, it is clear that all of the big social networks are going all in on live streaming, and Facebook Live seems to be spearheading the movement. I see it as a big deal, and we are at the ground floor, so you can now get all the experience you need to find your voice and your style. Facebook is already allowing select brands and accounts to start scheduling live streaming events, which is going to be a big deal, And the more you are comfortable and have a game plan in place, the more you're going to be ready to take advantage of all these powerful features that are coming down the pike. I see being able to schedule your live streams as very powerful. You can build up excitement and engagement, and it all just builds. They are also introducing the ability to live stream with co-hosts and guests, which isn't going to excite me as much, but it is great for collaboration and interview opportunities for many. Facebook Live is one of many platforms offering live streaming, and the concept is the same, but Facebook probably gives you the best opportunity to reach a larger audience, get more engagement, and more real engagement that is going to benefit your brand. Go back to those numbers that I talked about in the beginning. It's all about how much you can reach people. In conclusion, Facebook Live, it's a simple way for you to go live from your phone or your tablet or your computer with a little extra piece of software to broadcast your message and story. All you really need to invest in is a stabilizer for your iPhone or iPad, a microphone like the Rode SmartLav Plus lavalier microphone, and if you're using the USB 3 to Lightning cable, you can use something like the ATR 2100 and plug it right into the USB port. Also, make sure that your lighting is good. This is going to be big that you have a really good quality. You don't need super pro, you just need to look good when you're going live. My suggestion is that you try to get on a semi-consistent schedule. Give people as much heads up. Let them know what you're going to be talking about beforehand. Do a post for now until the scheduling comes out. Send out a tweet. Tell people you're going live this week. You're going to be talking about something, whatever you're going to be talking about. Get people excited and build up the excitement. I don't think a script is required, but I really do think it is important that you have a really good grasp on your topics beforehand. Maybe just make a simple little outline, but you really want to make a good impression. Don't just get out there and wing it. And that's going to do it for today. I hope to see you on the next Facebook Live. And as always, I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to this podcast. And I welcome all of those that are new to the show. And for those of you who have not already done so, please sign up for my newsletter and email list over at mikemurphy.co/newsletter so you don't miss out on all the great useless trivia that comes out every single Friday morning. And I thank you for joining me today. I hope you join my one-man band, and together we can learn, create, and move forward. Cheers.